Good day, everyone. I'm Emmanuel Oyoma Eripona, and it's an honor to share my journey with you. This presentation blends my personal experience with legal advocacy and resilience, taking you through adversity towards empowerment. The Rise and Thrive framework, which will be introduced in this presentation, is a step-by-step process that can help you transform your pain into power. If you have suffered a difficult setback in the past, or are going through hard times at present, this framework can help you transform pain into power by showing you strategies that can leverage what you have to use to get what you want or where you want to be. I invite you to see yourself in my own story and take away strategies that can help you in your own journey. Or journeys. This presentation follows a three-act storytelling arc. Act 1, where I was before I discovered the Rise and Thrive methodology. Act 2, what I did and what I discovered. And Act 3, my current situation or where I am now, using the Rise and Thrive methodology, which I will share with you in the course of this presentation. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences as we progress along and see where there are interfaces between your experiences and the Rise and Thrive methodology, which you gather information on as we progress in the course of this presentation. I was born during the Alimo school riots, when things were very turbulent. I am the seventh child in a large family. My father was a civil servant and my mother was a trader. And they make sure that they put me first in whatever they are trying to do. However, during my childhood years, I experienced a grave accident that changed my entire outlook and life forever. That incident, when I was just a child, impacted on my life and the way I was viewed by others and my siblings and my parents. Due to the incident, I felt unheard among my siblings. And that feeling unheard and feeling invisible fostered self-doubt in me, such that I lost confidence in myself. My father died without a will, and that situation plunged the family into more chaos and turmoil. I know that many people feel invincible at some point in their lives, such that they feel unheard and they feel that the world is passing by them without even seeing them. This presentation is for people like those who have been who felt that they are invincible and people overlook them and people don't care about what they are going through, or they don't even see their difficulties or challenges. I encourage such people to stay tuned and get to know about the Rise and Thrive methodology, which I will share with you in the course of this presentation. The conflict and turmoil that ensued following the passing of my father is an ongoing legal matter, and being sub judice, I will not be able to discuss in more detail such incidents, but I can tell you that property was sold and funds were withdrawn without my knowledge. Such acts caused me great shock and betrayal, and a serious betrayal that I felt by the actions of close family members. who went on to perform those acts. Shortly following the passing of my father, I was detained in 2022 over defamation charges. And that incident led me a dark period which pushed me to seek justice and awakened my senses of purpose. There was serious anxiety and distress, including heavy burden of betrayal and distrust following the passing of my father and the actions of others with his properties. I was in a state of constant turmoil, of not knowing what is going to happen next. There was confusion everywhere and nobody to explain the current situation. I had to seek help by my own self, walking through the streets of Lagos, looking for any source of assistance during the time of tribulation, and trial. Everything was rough. And at that point, I searched, I searched for resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from tough situations, while post traumatic growth goes beyond recovery to find meaning and personal transformation. I was able to be resilient following this technique of the Rise and Thrive methodology, and I was able to bounce back to some extent and to find meaning for personal transformation. There was need to find healing, and that need planted the seed of change in me. And at this point, it is important to emphasize that resilience and growth are possible for anyone experiencing hardship, regardless of the source of the hardship, whether it's from a local community, family members, current situation, things in general. Resilience and growth are very possible. And I will share with you how to go about it in the course of this presentation. I was able to process emotions and rebuild inner strength through journaling and mindfulness. There were serious emotional wounds at that point, which required healing and led me to constant journaling and constant meditation. As things went by, I launched a YouTube series on digital wellness, and in the course, reducing screen time helped improve my sleep, focus, and mental clarity. Detox diaries emphasize digital discipline to help improve interpersonal relationship, focus, meditation, calmness, organization, and mental clarity in general. Living mindfully foster deeper connection among relationships. Family members have more contact time with themselves. Meals are not just a place for checking one's phones or having more screen time, but a place to build inner bonds and foster deeper connections with one's loved ones. Such mindful living also reduce stress and help support our mental health. To detox digitally and mindfulness are powerful tools that all the my that you can consider, and it helps you improve mental health, calmness, purpose, and focus. Following the legal actions, I took the legal journey. I initiated legal action at the Federal High Court to challenge the illegal sale and withdrawal. As we speak, the matter is sub judice and is before the courts. That step helped calm me down and brought a sense of reorganization. My father passed away intestate, and intestate succession rules, the spouse, which is the widow, gets one third of the properties, while the children get two thirds equally. And in Lagos, there is a requirement for equal distribution among the children, regardless of their gender. My standing up for legal rights reignited my purpose and sense for justice. Standing up for my legal rights reignited my sense of purpose and justice. And at this point, I will invite you to imagine fighting for your own legal rights and dignity, whether it be in the home or outside, to ensure justice for yourself and for your others. In the course of my legal journey, I was able to embark on education and and my studies of inheritance law, my rights according to the Constitution, and the three-act structure has enhanced my advocacy. I also learned about frameworks for storytelling and influence and systems for storytelling. That knowledge has become my defense and a tool for my advocacy. And at this point, I invite you to seek knowledge, which will help to empower yourself in the course of adversity. Let me at this point introduce you to the Rise and Thrive system, which is my unique branded solution. The RISE in the Rise and Thrive methodology stands for reflect, investigate, strategize, execute, and that leads to the thrive. Reflect invites introspection to uncover root causes of adversity and acknowledge emotions. With reflect, you look deeper into what is the cause of the issues at hand, the origin of such issues, the parties involved, and how such incidents has led to emotions, and such emotions should be acknowledged. The I in RISE stands for investigate. At this point, it involves gathering information on legal rights, information on personal history, and also to build support networks. At this point is the point where you go into investigation on the rights or your personal legal rights, the background of the situation at hand, your own history, and also to show up support for yourself by approaching groups and organizations who share similar focus or can offer support. The S in RISE stands for strategize. At this point, you set a clear roadmap for your goals, your actions, and your timelines. At this point, you lay the framework that will guide you and help you move from the place that you are now to the place that you want to be. Your goals should be clearly spelled out, and the steps which you use to achieve those goals should be mapped out and listed in the framework together with the timelines for those actions. The E in RISE stands for execute, which is the point where you have to take empowered action. Empowered action includes filing lawsuits, launching initiatives, and sharing stories. These actions help you attain equity, reduce the burden, and allows you to rise beyond your current status or conditions. Following this framework is something that will lead to transformation from pain to empowerment. By applying the RISE framework, your pain will become your power. And I use this opportunity to invite those who are going through tough challenges to apply the RISE framework in their situation and experience resilience and growth. The RISE framework can be applied as follows. Step 1, reflect. The reflect stage encourages journaling in order to reveal hidden emotions and feelings of invisibility and betrayal. And in order to begin healing, it is important, very, very important, to accept emotions without judgment. When one goes through such traumatic experiences, it can have severe impact on one's worldview and also on one's self identity. At that point, it is important for one to engage in meditation and or prayer in order to gain mental clarity and properly adjust to one immediate community, as well as to maintain focus. The second stage of the RISE methodology is to investigate, research the laws. Studying inheritance, property, and constitutional law has helped me in my own case. In your own case, it might be important to find out how the law says about your current situation. Know your rights. In my own case, it is important for me to understand who inherits what. In your own case, it might be important for you to understand the interactions with your immediate community. Under the step 2, which is the investigate step, it is important to gather evidence. All experiences should be documented thoroughly. All incidents should be recorded. Ask questions to know more and record such answers which you get from those you approach. Under the investigate step, it is also important to network. Build support networks of legal professionals. Talk to people in the legal profession. And also network with community allies, those who share your views and can offer support within the community. Step three is to strategize. It is important to set goals, to define exactly what justice looks like to you, both personally and legally, in order to avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed. It is important to set milestones and timelines, which will help you guide and assess your progress as you move forward to seek justice for yourself and for others. Under the strategize step, it is important to align your actions with your long term vision and your personal values. Such positioning will help strengthen your view and reinforce your convictions, as well as encourage you to progress on your current path. In order to advocate effectively and to inspire others, it is recommended that you make use of storytelling and presentation frameworks on your engagements with others during interactions. Step 4 of the R.I.S.E methodology is the execute step. At this step, you take action. You are encouraged to file lawsuits, follow through persistently and diligently your matter, make use of legal channels wisely, go through the courts to seek justice and equity. At this step, you also mobilize communities. Rally community support by launching initiatives such as the IBA Resilience Hub. Under the execute stage, you also share your story. Such stories can be shared on platforms such as Justice Memos and Detox Diaries in order to raise awareness. The execute step is the step in which you also persist. It is important to persevere despite obstacles and also to focus on your mental well being. Following the RISE methodology, you can transform your pain into personal and collective strength. With the RISE methodology, you can challenge injustice, you can harness advocacy to push for reform and fairness. Using the right methodology, you can also reclaim your rights and property through informed action. Others facing similar challenges can be encouraged by you sharing your story in order to motivate them to seek justice. You are also encouraged to remember to focus on your well being, to nurture your mental health through resilience practices, to maintain mental clarity and better mental health. A supportive community is also important to spread knowledge and support, of which you should take part in building such communities. As I mentioned earlier, following the three act storytelling arc, I will shed more light on where I am now. Using the RISE and Thrive methodology, my current position is a state of empowerment where I'm emotionally healed, legally assertive, and publicly advocating. This methodology has helped me to build up myself mentally and physically. When I mean physically, I mean generating a new identity. The process has reshaped my sense of self and purpose. It is important to note that healing does not erase pain, but transforms it into strength. It is important to note that healing does not erase pain, but it transforms it into strength and empowerment using the RISE and Thrive methodology. It is important to note that healing does not erase pain, but transforms it into strength. And using the RISE and Thrive methodology, it transforms it into empowerment. I use these points to encourage you to reflect on your own progress and transformations, which you have gone through using the RISE and Thrive methodology, or over the short period of your experiences. I encourage you to join platforms such as Justice Memos and Detox Diaries. These platforms amplify voices for justice and also for personal awareness. Platforms such as IBA Resilience Hub highlight community projects addressing floods, tenant rights, and local empowerment. I want to also use this point to mention my political aspirations to effect systemic change and also to serve my community. I encourage participation. Let me use this junction to invite you to participate in advocacy, whether locally or within your families, to fight for your rights where need be, and also for the rights of others within your communities or families. This is a call to action and personal reflection. I encourage you viewers to reflect on your own families, preparedness, to draft a will, to document rights, and to avoid conflicts. Seek knowledge, learn about your legal rights, and seek help when needed. I invite you to join the movement. On this page, where this video is posted, you will find links to my platforms, including Justice Memos, Detox Diaries, and IBA Resilience Hub for ongoing support and advocacy. It is very important to remember that empowerment begins with one courageous act. Take the first step. I was down and had nowhere to go. I applied the Rise and Thrive methodology. I learned lessons and I experienced the transformation brought about through the Rise and Thrive. It is important to live hope here. Even the darkest experiences can lead to growth and purpose. I thank you for your time and openness during this presentation, and I encourage you to engage and share your own stories after the presentation. My insights on the three act structure, resilience and post-traumatic growth, interstate association loss, and digital detox benefits are backed by research, which are listed in the footnotes. I encourage those who are interested that they can explore the research sources for deeper knowledge.